Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Mira, and I will be playing Sammy Satomi today, and with me is the very wonderful...
Hi everyone, it's VWild, still on the bullshit. This time, perhaps softer variety, who knows?
Yes, we don't know, we're hoping for soft. We might get Angst. I stare at the disappearance of Camille Christie games. That was a ride! So yeah, spoilers for those. Fair warning, probably Toon Trade talk is going to be coming up in this FPS, so please mind your spoons. There will probably be at least a few heavy topics dropping in just because it's Sammy's backstory. My boy has been through so much shit.
That he has, and we hold him so soft.
Yes, and speaking of being through some shit, Sammy's been in the hospital for a bit. And Lin, didn't you hear something about why that might be from a certain Detective Moria?
Yes, she did. She'd already had a few ears here and there, just picking up on stuff, just getting a basic gist of things, because, as I've said before, this is Detective Stagehand. Her informant network goes all over Angst and slightly beyond. But she'd picked up a few things and then got the full names from Detective Moria, and just that something had happened related to Sammy, and is just going, okay. Just prayer handing over the information she has. Especially the, my nephew has been reckless. My nephew is in hospital. What the pet did my nephew do?
Yep. Yeah. What did Sammy do?
Yeah, and there's only one way to find. Well, there are multiple ways to find out, but sometimes the direct source is the best source. To the pig in hospital we go.
Indeed. And are you gonna go through the window as depicted?
Yes. Lin might be getting better at hospitals. At the same time, it's just like, when in doubt, refenestration is an excellent option. And because of her Beast Barbarian stuff, she doesn't actually have to roll to climb.
Brilliant.
She just climbs. I'm gonna roll a stealth just to see, just like, unless people are going, oh my god, what the hell is a monkey doing just going upside the window?
It's Toonkind. It's Einquell. Roll me stealth to see if the shenaniganry doesn't get noticed.
I don't, unless people have got a high passive, which I'm not going to lie, there are many people in Einquell with a high passive. It's just, yeah, 22.
But with the 22, you're not noticed at all.
Lin has experience with hospital sneaking.
Yep, and you get to where Sammy is because the plot dictates that you're allowed to find where Sammy is because this is your nephew.
You don't think that Lin did some investigating beforehand to go, okay, I will find all the details. This monkey pulled. There was a tiny little montage of Detective Monkey, little blueprint board, little everything. Just get me the details. All right, time to commit a small sort of heist. Noom.
Oh my gosh, I love her so much. But yeah, so you're able to find Sammy very quickly, and his window's unlocked just for the fact that it's several floors up off of the ground floor. So why would you need to lock the door? Lock the window. I mean, so you're able to slide open the window very easily, and you just kind of see Sammy sitting up in bed sketching. He does not see you. That is a 22. That's way above his passive. So yeah, you just kind of see him sketching in a sketchbook. Why don't you roll me perception real quick?
I am doing so. That is a 16 plus 8.
Whew, okay. Yeah.
Monkey
You
even monkey be perceiving.
monkey really be perceiving. You initially see Sammy unharmed, but then you blink and you realize that the chopsticks in his hair actually cast a minor illusion, and it's covering all of the scars on his arms and a scar that's kind of peeking up above his chest, that kind of like uh, goes over his heart. That's kind of the tip of it is peeking up over underneath his hospital gown, just because they're wide necked and such. So you see that, and you also notice the fact that he has some magic scars, and you recognize this as hold person, and it's like manacles on his wrist, with a little bit of fading chain, and there's also kind of like a collar esque type of mark. It's also the hold person that has some chain fading down over his sternum. And then there's his regular mill of the polka dot variety of scars as well. But yeah, that's what you can see, and he looks very tired.
Mm-hmm.
And he does usually. Sorry, just one last detail that Lin would notice. He usually kind of when he's sketching will sit cross-legged. He's not sitting cross-legged. He has got one leg extended out. That looks like there's some bandages wrapped around his leg. Something happened there off with his leg.
It is a good thing she hadn't come through the window yet, because she's gonna duck down for a moment, press her head to the windowsill, and breathe through this, because holy pick! That is a lot of injuries. And she's definitely feeling a lot of rage over a few of them, especially the one around his the one around his neck, just collar marks. Haha. She's seen a lot of those recently, hasn't she? She's seen too many fucking collars in the past half a year alone. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Auntie is angry. Auntie wants to go find the people and make sure they stay down forever. But she won't, because she's got a bit more self-restraint. And that reminds me, I forgot to roll her frayed eye for today. That's what I thought you'd say, you funky hee-hoos. Well, she didn't have the best night's sleep, seeing as it's 1 is the best, 100 is pretty damn terrible. So
Oof.
she didn't have a good night. She's at 1 fray point, and I'm gonna roll a whiz. I'm gonna roll a whiz just to see how she's doing, like after getting all of that information, because sometimes monkey wishes monkey didn't see so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is a 14 plus. What's your wisdom modifier? You'd think I'd remember it by this time. Or whiz save. Do beg your pudding? Yep, no. So she's kept it together. She hasn't gone up a fray point after all of that. Just had to breathe through it, because her nephew, she wishes she was there. So, get to the bottom of it, just she could do a lot of things. But basically, her nephew has opened himself up to rule of funny. So it's just she's going to very carefully open the window. She's going to do a minor startle, but not enough to, like, scare the shit out of him. Just, let's see. That is a dirty 20 on the stealthily opening the window. She's going to get one leg in, brace the other one against the windowsill, pushing the window up, just getting it, and then just, "Hey, Sammy, how ya doing?"
There is a giant jump, and the sketchbook goes flying.
And in her head, Nailed it.
Auntie Lin! Hi! Initiating is matching the title card. It is a very startled sky blue.
Hiya, Picnic. How you doing?
Okay. And I'm not even rolling deception on this. You know he's not doing okay.
Well, good to hear, honestly. Thought I'd drop by since I heard you were here. And anyway, and she's just coming in, and she is walking over, and she is just bright, she's happy. You can roll perception if you like, or perception or insight.
He's gonna roll perception. That's a 17.
With a 17. Yeah. Surprise! Monkey! You've seen her now. Your auntie has got a few things herself, like your design has changed recently. Hers is as well. Like she's now wearing these really nice black gloves. Yes, that's something new, that's something interesting. She also does seem to have something. Even with a 17, it's really hard to notice at the moment because she hasn't jumped through levels yet. But there's something up with her outline, just vaguely. You're not quite sure what it is, but there is something. There's also just a bit more orange to her design. That actually seems like a good thing. Like a bit of a pumpkin spice smell in the air as she's just like coming in. And she is smiling. She is smiling as she's looking at you, as she's coming on over. There is, no matter what, there is love there. There is care. She's genuinely happy to see you. There is also a vibe in the air. The vibe of monkey nose. Monkey nose. But she's smiling.
He's gonna wilt a little bit. Just, he's been found out. Oh no. And he just kind of looks at Lin. There's a little bit of a gray tinge to just a little bit of like a gray tinge to the surprise, the sky blue surprise. As he kind of just looks at Lin for a moment, trying to figure out what is up with the outline. But then he kind of just refocuses on the, oh no, Aunt Lin knows.
Now, nephew, my wonderful picnic of a nephew. Now, you doing good right now? I mean, I know you're in the hospital, but the hospital been treating you good? You're feeling as okay as you can here?
He nods, and he actually he actually kind of brightens a little bit and goes, there's a really good doctor here. They're really good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear, alright? It's good when you got good doctors. Lots of doctors can be a bit of a peck, but quite frankly, when you get a good one, they're golden. And that's saying something, seeing as what you and I do with our colours, eh?
He kind of laughs a little quietly at that. Just, yeah, colors.
But you're doing good. Everything seems reasonably well. I did pop on by because I heard some interesting information from people. I've been talking to some wonderful folks recently. I picked up a few whispers around Valestown, talked to some fellow detectives, so I'm just gonna, you know what? And she just like puts her hand just like gently on your arm, just her left hand, somewhere nice where she can reach easily that doesn't seem as though it's injured, and just go, first of all, I love you. Remember this.
Love you too, Auntie Lin.
Aww. Second of all, what the heck were you thinking?
I want to paint after like the yell that like Sammy's hair just kind of blew back from the force of the yell, and he just kind of like leans back a little bit, and oh, there is guilt on his face.
I find out that you were on a case related to the toon trade by Detective Mira. And for some reason you flew off the handle somehow? What the heck? I know what you and I do, but at the same time, Sammy, could you kindly explain the thought process here?
He's silent for a moment, and his other hand reaches up to kind of clutch at yours, Lin, and he looks so small in the bed. He's 6 feet, but he looks so small. As he doesn't meet your eye and goes, I didn't. Camille is 6. Auntie Lin.
Oh.
They took him, and all I could think was, I was 10. He's 6.
Yeah. Oh, bless your cotton socks, Sammy.
And then I saw they took his gadgets, and they took his shoes. And I stopped thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I know why now, little Sammy. I know. I get it. And she's gonna hop full up to just sit on the bed against him. Just, there is from the with your perception from earlier, that thing, that vibe, was that adult fear. It was that fear of an auntie who realized too late that her kid had gone into danger and she hadn't been able to stop it. So she was trying basically to be an adult, and no, she gets it now. She can see your perspective. She goes, I get it. I understand with your background. I understand why you did what you did. And I admit, I'd do the same in a heartbeat. For you, for anyone, especially for a kid that age, that's young. Too young. I guess what I want to say here is, I get it, but please, value your own life as well. There was a team, right? A team with you.
He nods a little, and he just kind of reaches out and things onto you, Lin, and just kind of he quietly says, I'm not used to people listening.
It can be a hard thing.
When I was on the streets, no one pays attention. And I knew my idea was reckless. Part of me knew that it was a bad idea, but all I could think was I was a bargaining chip. If they like my ink, Auntie Lin,
Oh, kiddo. Oh, nephew, come here. And yeah, no, she's fully tucking you to her now. She is just curling herself around you, just pulling you in close, and just, yeah, you are getting an auntie hug. I get it. I get it. Pick the toon trade and all its inks. I know where you're coming from. I know that your background, people don't listen, and They'll skate over people. They don't look down, or if they do look down, they don't see a person. I get where you came from, I get why, and I get it's hard to trust. The world has not been kind to you, and that is a grave injustice. And with the way that you are not a bargaining chip, Sammy, okay? You are a person, and I understand why you said it like that, but you are more than that. To a great deal of people. You're not alone anymore. You will be heard. People look to you and they see you, my little Sammy. They see you. You've got people who look to you and people who see that, who see Sammy. And she does tuck her head, just like, tuck your head under hers. She just goes, you and I are self-sacrifices. We look at a situation and go, what are we willing to give? And quite frankly, you and I, we say everything that we are, we give to them. And self-sacrifice is something that can burn both you and others. We could have lost you and this kid if that deal had gone sideways. And from what I've found out, from what I've heard, we almost lost you, and I don't want to live in a world without you.
He shudders when you say it could have gone sideways, and you roll me insight.
Mm-hmm. You can also roll me perception if you like. Now 20!
Hey, Lin, you say that it went sideways and they could have lost them both. Yeah, that's what Sammy had realized when it did go south and she backstabbed him in the back and broke a pinky promise.
Oof. That ain't good.
Yeah. It literally almost went south if the team hadn't come to rescue them. And if Camille hadn't done something completely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like defenestration. Anyways.
Wonder where they learnt that from. Goddamn tropes. Goddamn tropes.
Yeah, so, that really hit hard right there because it very much was basically up to the wire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's holding him a little tighter just at that. It is a reassuring hug. It's one that he could leave at any time he wanted, if it felt too much, but yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm gonna roll that perception again now.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a lower DC thing as she's literally. Oh my god! I've got a natural. Right! Holy pick! Okay, so it is because of just how close you are now. Like you're holding on to Lin, and she's holding on to you, and from where you're resting against her. In fact, actually, this makes a lot of sense because you've got that collar mark yourself, Sammy. As you're tucked up so tight to her, just her head on top of yours, you feel it just perhaps against the side of your face. Just her fur has always been soft. There is an ever so slight scratch to it. Just now that you're right up and close to it, it seems sketchy. And right where your head is just nestled right there, you can actually feel just underneath all of that plush fur, something that might be slightly raised. And just, for anyone else just feeling it, it would probably just be, well, just something just hidden by all that fur, but no. No, in this moment, that's a collar scar.
He makes just the tiniest of noise as his shading shifts to a blue purple that is very much his horrified color as he just clings tighter. Just, oh, self sacrifice, huh?
Hmm.
And just based off of that nat 20
Mm-hmm.
from earlier, Lin definitely notices that shift of
Mm-hmm.
and probably realizes that, oh, Sammy's noticed.
Mm-hmm. And there is another thing you notice as she's holding him tight. There does seem to be something about her right hand as well. It's not able to be seen, but it doesn't feel as strong as it used to be. Still decent. It's unfortunately she did not roll good today on her how that hand is doing.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just going. A lot has happened since we last had a proper sit down. Inkwell is picking up its plot. It's not the same as it was when I was a child. Maybe it never was. Maybe it was just rose-tinted glasses. I don't know. A lot more narratives are dialing up rating. Stakes getting higher.
He just, there's just kind of a quiet, oh,
Colour shift, eh? What you noticed?
your outlines get here. And
Yeah.
he kind of pulls back slightly and just very gently, he doesn't actually touch where the mark is, but like his hand hovers over it and then kind of just pulls back.
Which is interesting, seeing as you can't actually see it, like, physically. It's
Mm-hmm.
you know it's there now, but you can't see it. It's just golden fur.
Mm-hmm.
Your Auntie Lin hides a lot of things under the surface, it seems. But she just goes, ah, yes, a while back, there was an incident related to myself. There would have been at 3 a.m. at one point, my business card, well, the one that you have, would have gone through something quite extreme, eh? Do you remember?
I'm not going to roll history for that. He does remember that, but it just the plot never let him actually reach out to find out what the heck happened because
Yeah. I won't go into details except for you to know, here and now, the being that did this to me is very, very dead. Alright? That's something I want you to remember. The one who did this is not going to hurt anyone else because they are dead and gone. Okay?
you see him relax at that and he nods.
Good. A being from my past came back after I thought they were long gone. And they came in the middle of the night and they attacked me in my home and committed an arson attack. And they took me away. And I was very lucky to have very, very special people to me come after me very quickly. But that being wasn't fond that I'd escaped them. And so they tried to leave their marks. Did leave their marks Till long past both our deaths do we part. But it's over. And I'm recovering. And I've got my scars from it, got damage that will last me till the end of my days, but I'm managing it.
He makes a small little noise and just kind of rests his forehead against yours, Lin, and nods.
I'm gonna be okay. And just as you are with your scars.
He kind of flinches a little bit because, right, Auntie Lin is very perceptive. She would have seen through the illusion. You should not be surprised.
I gotta admit, magical bullshit is useful at hiding stuff, but I'm a bit of an old hat at seeing through that kind of thing.
It's just nice not having people look at it.
I get it. Believe me, I get it. And she does actually flex her right hand at that. Cool. Do any of them hurt?
He shakes his head and then pauses and goes, my leg. Never told anyone, but before you guys rescued me, Sinclair had given a warning shot at my leg. And this case just aggravated it. The doctor did surgery to remove the bullet and try and do some repair work, but I'm going to have a limp.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. That was incredibly brave of you. And I will remember this, okay? You have been incredibly brave. Reckless not to tell anyone before now, seeing as perhaps you could have got help, but I understand it.
I didn't know there were any good doctors to trust.
Indeed, I get that. But now you've got a good doctor.
He nods.
Do they know?
About what happened?
About what happened, or just about the limb in general?
Well, they are the one who operated on it, so yeah, they know. And they know about the scars.
Yeah, you can't hide much from a doctor. Or a cleric.
He shakes his head.
Okay. Well,
Auntie Lin?
Yeah, kiddo?
Arada's mentioned something, and I think he's right. You told me that I'm not a bargaining chip, but I don't feel like I'm not. He looks away and rubs at his arm and goes, sometimes I just feel like they were right. That Sinclair was right, that I'm just ink. That's all I am. Something's wrong with me, Auntie Lin, and I don't know how to fix it.
Alright. Straight off the bat, there is nothing wrong with you, little Sammy. You hear me? Nothing wrong with you. You've been very hurt and very traumatized by a lot of bad situations over your entire life. You have been hurt and you have been mistreated and you have had it hammered into your head over and over again until this thought has etched itself into your mind. But you are not just ink. You are not a bargaining chip. You are little Sammy. You are a friend. You are a brother, a sibling. You are kind. You have so many things out there, so many bonds, so many connections who will sing your praises on that front. And I know it's hard to believe. Especially at first, especially when you're standing where you are. Have you talked to anyone about this?
He shakes his head. Rada goes a little.
Okay. I feel similar things from time to time. A very different background. But I've found talking to someone can help. A professional can help. I am not qualified to help you work through these things, but I do know a very, very good therapist.
He looks up. And his shading does go a helpful golden.
I myself actually go to it. It's rough. Sometimes it opens wounds you didn't realize you had. Sometimes it helps with things that you didn't realize were there, or stuff that you realized was there and now have to tackle. But it helps. And it makes things easier. I can give you a business card for them if you'd like.
Really appreciate that, Auntie Lin.
Okay.
Would it be okay if I brought Arata with me? He promised that he would go with me when we found one.
Of course. So I can make sure it's all checked through Leet and it'll all be good on that front. And she pauses for just a second as she's looking at you, and then just very gently just gives you a forehead kiss of just, I am so proud of you, nephew, for accepting help, for taking this step. Okay? It's a very big step for both you and for little Arata when they get involved. But you're gonna grow and heal. It's a messy path, but I know you. You'll do good.
He's sniffling a little, and there's like small Ghiblian tears at the corners of his eyes as affection.
Bless your picking cotton socks. Come here, auntie hug. And she's pulling you in. She's curling around you again.
And he hugs her back so tightly, just cling. This boy be clinging.
And this monkey is clinging back for all she is worth. She is warm. Even if her fur is slightly scratchy, she is so warm and full of love for you. Just goes, you aren't alone. You have support, and you are going to grow, and you are going to shine, little Sammy. I know it. I love you.
Love you too, Auntie Lin.
It'll come with time, but... And she's giving you another forehead kiss as she does this, but she goes, You don't see it yet, but trust in the people around you. Trust in us. Trust in me. You'll look around at some point and see the present, not the ghosts of the past. You'll see your friends, your family, your teammates. You'll see them looking back at you. We'll all reach out and you'll learn to reach back. I promise. And I don't make those lightly.
Oh,
Just,
it's good.
All I ask is just, as you're in therapy, as you're doing all this stuff, make one promise to me, eh?
He makes a questioning noise.
Try to look out for yourself. Try to see yourself as more than a bargaining chip. For both our sakes, let's try a bit less self-sacrifice, eh? I want nibblings, not memories. I don't want to write any more eulogies. Not this year.
Oh, that gets him. He just makes just the most quiet noise of oh, okay. Ow. He doesn't want that either. He just it's just the softest noise as he nods. He just goes, good night. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Auntie Lin. Sorry.
It's alright. You're okay. We're both gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Right? I love you. I love you so much. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
Do better, I promise.
I know. I know. You're gonna do better. You're gonna be better every day. It's uphill battles, ups and downs. You'll backslide and you'll tread forward. You're gonna be okay. We're both gonna be okay. You're gonna be amazing and fantastic, and you don't have to say you're sorry to me. But even if you did, you're forgiven, okay? You're forgiven.
And Sammy's crying again.
And I am not gonna make you roll because Lin just absolutely whiffed her deception roll, which is saying something, seeing as she has a +10.
Oh gosh.
No, she's crying.
They're
It's
both crying.
she didn't realize just how saying that line of just no more eulogies, she didn't quite realize how much that was going to hit until she remembered why. And yeah, the one she lost was younger than Sammy. By God.
Yeah.
She misses Sam.
Yeah. I am having emotions, but I also sit here because Sammy knows a thing about Sam.
Sammy knows a thing, but Lin's not gonna bring it up, because you don't bring up, hey, my nephew that died this year.
Yeah, like he gathers that like someone close to her passed away, but he doesn't know who, and I lay down so hard. So it's honestly probably a good thing that she doesn't mention who exactly it was. Considering Sammy would just blurt out the truth on accident.
Yeah. It's just, and she's thinking of both Sam and Tanner, because Sam was that chaotic kid, but Tanner was her dear friend. They both held a place in her heart.
Yeah, I have emotions.
She's especially trying very hard not to think of a mother-son duo where the child is 16 years old, because she looks at herself and Ryan and goes, right, we're just going to have contingency plans.
Just, man, I
Watching
have emotions.
She is watching far too many kids go into so many dangerous genres, and she's doing her best to make sure that Sammy doesn't become part of the past tense. She's gonna fight tooth and nail to do everything she can to make Inkwell safer for the next generation of detectives.
Mm-hmm. Just, I, I have so many feelings. So
Mhm.
many.
Mm-hmm. But she is clinging to you. But I think until the tears run out, because she's gonna try. It's just she does not want to leave this hospital room and a doctor come in and go, "Holy fuck! What the hell happened in here while I was gone?" It's just she's looking at this and just in her head just going, we're gonna bring something back into this. We're gonna bring the light back into this. We're not going to emotionally devastate someone. Just after a while, just lean back and go, all right. We get the emotions out of our systems, eh?
Yeah. He sniffles a little and wipes his eyes.
Mm-hmm. And she does reach over with her left hand and just brush a few tears away for him as well. Just, yeah. She's
He's leaning into that. He's leaning into that. Just, affection.
there. There he is. There's my little Sammy. All right, we've had our devastation. We've had our tears. Oh, I've got tear tracks in the fur. Oh, it's gonna fluff weird later. It's gonna fluff weird. wait, I have the prestidigit, presto whatchamacallit. I got that spell. I have spells. I have spells. Did you know I have spells?
Sammy's eyes start shining as he goes, "You have spells?"
I have spells. I have very limited amount of spells, but I have spells. I've got prestidigitwhatsit, and I've got dancing lights. I'm fond of dancing lights. Dancing lights is very good. And I have unseen servant. That one is useful. That one is so useful. I did end up dropping a few pots in the first place when I was practicing with that one. They're a bit dumb. I'm not going to lie.
Sammy starts giggling.
Yes. I tried because I wanted to lift a pie. It was a big thing and I was really looking forward to it, and I practiced so much and there were so many ceramic pots that just died. Okay, they had I've had a whole thing about it. I was on my knees going no, which made an interesting sight for people walking by.
Just giggling uncontrollably at this point. Just the mental image is too funny.
But I've got those, and I got cure wounds, and I got healing word, and I got long strider. I got long strider. Long strider is the best pecking spell ever, Sammy. I can go so fast.
Oh, they're like my boots.
Oh, your boots, eh?
Mm-hmm.
How fast can your boots make you go, eh?
Last I counted, it was 80. So if you dash, it's 80 feet, and that's times by 2, so that's 160 feet.
Oh ho ho! Oh, that's pecking impressive. I can go 150, so pecking fantastic. Right, okay, I gotta find a way to get even more speed. And then you and me at some stage, we're gonna race, okay?
He grins.
Okay, how good are you at parkour?
He kind of wiggles his hand. I'm not super dexterous, but I can try. I'm not like Arata.
So, I've got the advantage. Fantastic.
Auntie Lin, no, that's not fair.
Oh, that's not fair. No, I'm perfectly innocent. I am doing everything just absolutely. I am the epitome of fair. Look at this monkey. Look at this monkey. This monkey is full of honesty and fairness. Yep, absolutely. Look at this face. This face would never leave you astray.
I'm sorry, all I can picture is just to look at this face and like Lin is like doing like the chin hands with sparkles in the air.
She is straight up. She is going to cast prestidigitation to get like orange sparkles. There is a smell of pumpkin spice in the air. She just goes, "Look at this face. This face is innocent. Innocent, I tell you. I walk
Sammy,
I walk into a courthouse and I go, look at this, and they go, Your Honor, that is an innocent monkey.
Sammy's like just on his bed wheezing at this point. And he just kind of just like, that's not fair.
Oh no, I'm totally fair. Wait, are you calling me into question? This is blasphemy! This is
Question, Your Honor. I asked the defendant what the heck they're thinking. I can't do parkour.
And she's just now like she's halfway on the bed. She's now like leaned over just towards you, just laughing as well. Just we shall go to court, and I shall. In fact, actually, you have slighted me. You have been against me. You have said that I am not. That this is not fair. This is contempt in court.
I
Linlaw, I tell you, it's slander, and I shall not stand for it.
Thank you. I'm not doing libel.
Oh, you swear at me! You swear at this innocent auntie! Oh, jail for 1,000 years! Jail, or you must pay a price, and the price is cuddles.
Okay.
Ah! Just the absolute, just okay. It's just like, wow, that was a really easy. Yeah, okay, hugs.
You forget Sammy is a cuddler.
She forgot Sammy was a cuddler. She shall not make that mistake again.
He just kind of like opens up his arms, scoops up Lin, and then just flops back onto bed and is like, "You're mine now."
I'm imprisoned! This feels as though it's a counter to what I was doing earlier, saying jail for 1,000 years. Cuddle for this long. We can have cuddle time now. And she just full on cuddles into you. And just, hey, what's Sammy's passive perception?
His passive perception is an 18.
Nice, same as Lin. Right, Sammy, as Lin's curling into you, like, there is that scratch of fur. It softens slightly. Gets a little fluffier. Just as she's full on just curling into you.
There's just kind of a quiet, soft, relieved sigh, and his shading is just such a golden, happy yellow as he curls around Lin. Just, this is my auntie. This is my auntie. Flopped on my chest. Yes, good. Cuddles? He has needed cuddles for days.
She is curling everything. Like, she is curled up, but she has got her tail curled around you, so you are also getting the good hugging vibes. And there is a very soft noise coming from her, just a very happy, content little squeak. Just
If you want, you could roll. Well, no, actually, her passive's an 18. You hear a very quiet, happy trill of a dove coming from Sammy.
she's got her head like pressed up. Just you a dove picnic now?
He blinks. Shading goes gray, and he goes, "Huh?" The dove noise stops.
How the no, make the noise again. Make the noise again. She's just like lightly poking him in the chest. It's probably slightly ticklish, in all honesty. Just, no.
It sets off a burst of giggles instead.
What is it with my kids making bird noises? That's like 3 of you now. That's 3 of you. Well, one of them makes cat noises with wings. It's a whole complicated thing on that front. Do you have wings?
No?
You
Host into silence, yes.
We should check.
Okay. And he will actually sit up and pull up his shirt and hey, Lin, there's another scar there. It's orange with blue swirls in the middle. and it's just kind of just slashes upside his back. Looks older though. It's not as fresh.
That is a 17 plus 10 to keep all of her emotions on that, tight to her chest, lock them in a box and throw them in the Mr. Zippy.
So sorry, Lin, but yeah, no, there's no bird, there's no wings yet.
Yes. Unusual. I'll make a case board on it. But you make some very cool noises. It was a very nice dove noise, honestly. You might get the nickname Dove Picnic at this point.
He blushes. I actually have a curse mask that can turn me into a dove.
Oh,
So
wait,
maybe
I'm sorry, roll that back. A cursed mask, you say?
yeah, actually, and he's gonna pull it off up, and I'm just gonna have to roll a whiz save to see if he actually puts on the mask.
If he goes, can Lin roll to stop him by grabbing his hand?
Yeah, sure, that's a 7. That's a fail. So yeah,
Alright, what would that be?
uh, probably a dex.
Dex save or dex check?
Let's just go with dex save.
Alright, that is a +5, so that is 17 plus 5. Monkey I'll go no.
He kind of just blinks and goes, "Oh, right. Cursed mask has the compulsion to put it on and turn me into a bird. Should have thought of that before pulling it out to show you. Right."
Don't worry, I've got incredibly fast reflexes nowadays and deal with a lot of cursed shit. It's honestly, like, my most recent cases, including some that have been downright horrific, but we're not talking about those. Just, why is cursed shit popping up more in Inkwell? I'm gonna find whoever's doing this, and I'm gonna kick their pecking ass, and I'm gonna remove both their kneecaps. And a rib.
Sammy kind of does prayer hands, like he's dropped the mask onto his bed by his knee, and he just kind of does prayer hands and goes, "Considering the fact that apparently the person who gave me an errata cursed masks was a dragon, maybe don't do that."
There is a dot, 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 and then Lin just gets this look on her face, just going, alright, gotta fight a dragon. Done.
Sam's like, "Auntie Lin, no!"
I can fight a dragon. They got 4 knees. Ooh, they have 4 knees. Just imagine the size of those kneecaps. And she's doing full on just thoughtful pose. Just.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. It just turns you into a dove, and then you have to have someone strong pull the mask off of you because you don't have hands.
No, you don't! You got wings! You got tiny little dove wings! Oh, my dove, my darling picnic! Holy pick! Wait, Arata has one as well!
Yeah, it turns him into a cat with wings. I don't know what kind of creature it is.
I think that's a sphinx.
No, I think a sphinx is sand.
Fair point. I'm still gonna call Hugh Sphinx Picnic, though.
Wait, Hugh has wings?
Oh yeah, Hugh has wings! Yeah, surprise! That just happened! We're all kind of confused. We think it's due to divine shit finally kicking in. We're not sure. Honestly, Hugh's a bit of a capybara for the deities, so we kind of just let that bullshit just get swept to one side.
He nods. That kind of tracks. Hugh's really nice.
Yeah, Hugh's picking fantastic. But Hugh's good, March is good. I mean, they both went through shit, but hey, doesn't everyone in Inkwell, and they're all fine now. Actually doing pretty damn well. Hugh's been making the rounds recently. It's pretty damn sweet. Let's see. We got other people. I've got a vast range of people of vast different backgrounds. Holy pick, I've got a lot of connections. Oh, that's actually a very daunting thought. But yeah, it's cursed shit just happens. If you want this permanently removed, come to Halloween Town. We can remove curses there. We got a vast range of people who can help with that front.
He pauses and kind of just makes a note, like, Okay. Though he kind of looks at the mask and goes, I actually kind of like it for some reason, and not in a weird, compelled way. Being a bird is nice. And
Well,
mind rolling the insight?
mm-hmm. As I do, Lin is just going to comment. I do remember you liked that those birds with the nest back at the temple you had, right?
Mm,
Da, 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 that is gonna be a 19. Do, 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 do. I can do
yeah,
maths.
there's a weird kind of tone of wistfulness when Sammy says it's nice being a bird.
Hmm. She is very curious about that.
I wiggle.
Yeah,
Me
I.
shoving more foreshadowing for stuff that's basically already happened. This is just a flashback.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you ever need any other stuff, as I said, we got Remove Curse. We also have lichens over in Halloween Town. Quite a few of them fly, like Fee. Rai likes Fee. That is wonderful.
Huh.
Fee's a were-raven.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pecking cool. They got were-ravens and they got werewolves, obviously, and there's a were-bear. Her name's Katrina, and I'm gonna fight her again. And I'm gonna win!
He like laughs at that and just goes, okay.
I can do it! I
I'm
can.
not saying you can't. I just want
The
to know when so I can have popcorn.
Alright, that's it. I'm cuddling into your chest again. I'm gonna make biscuits! Biscuits, I say!
Biscuits. Biscuits sound really good.
Hmm.
Auntie Lin, the food hospital here sucks.
Well then. Alright. And she does lean up. She's on your chest a little bit safely, but she just looks left, looks right, looks at that door, sees if it's gonna open, and then reaches into Hammer's face and pulls out biscuits.
Oh, there's a very happy squeak.
Never leave home without food. Alright. Feast time for my little Sammy!
He's wiggling. He's so happy. He's just like, Auntie Lin cooking. Auntie Lin food. Yay!
And she's just beaming back at him with absolute love. Just, I win.
He loves her. He loves her so much.
Mission accomplished. The child is happy. Or I say child. Sammy is old enough, but at the same time, Lin looks at goes, child.
He's 19. That's young still for the most part.
Indeed.
Like he's legally an adult, but he is young. He is a young adult.
Yeah, he's a young adult, and Lin looks at anyone who's younger than her, and sometimes people who are older than her, and go, mine now.
Lin, Sammy, handshake.
Yes.
Two adopters adopting each other.
And the whole slew of folks that entails.
Yep. Like, holy peck, both of them have so many connections. I can't even map them all out because I get too tired. Because it's so much.
It's hilarious, and I love to see it. By God.
Honestly, I feel like them munching on biscuits is probably a good way to end the FPS if we don't have anything else to end. Add.
Really is. I will just say, Lin has the absolute most pleased expression on her face as they're just eating. Just, yes, I have done a good.
Yes, she has done amazing.
But yeah, I have nothing else to add. This has been so enjoyable, and I am so glad that Sammy's doing better. I love him, Your Honor.
I love Lin too, and I'm so glad she's doing better, and I hold so very soft, like,
But shall we say goodbye to our wonderful listening audience?
Yes, we should. Thank you now and in the future for listening, you guys. We hope you have a good time zone. Bye!
Bye bye!